Good afternoon. I thought it would be kind of fun to get together again and do, I'm just going to walk through a couple cards that I'm using for my personal Christmas cards to people. And as I was thinking about what I wanted to do, I thought about the Seasons of Elegance paper. I have not used it yet, and it's very lovely. You get 4 different patterns and several of them. There's 12 sheets in total. But with the 4 different background papers, I thought this would be perfect for what's called a tower card, because the tower, each tower wing would have a different color. Tower cards are nice because they stand up, they can be displayed and seen in many different directions. So along with that, as I was thinking about it, you know, I love the decorative trees dies, because there's just so many options in this decorative tree set. So I thought I would pair them with these elegant, beautiful, elegant papers, Seasons of the Elegance, with the 4 options. So I just did a different tree and a different design in each one. This one is going to have the peacock. I'm not quite sure what I'm putting here yet, whether it's gold snowflakes, since these have snowflakes, or if I'm going to put a saying. Or leave an area for me just to write. So that's left blank currently until I make that decision. But otherwise, I think I've showcased all the different ones very well, and it stands very nicely. There are a lot of patterns out there when it comes to the tower cards. So I'm going to show you the one I've used for a few years now that I like. So I cut a piece of basic beige, and I've cut it at 4.5 by 4 1/4. Then on the 4.5 side, I'm going to be scoring it at 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then I'm taking my bone folder and giving it a nice crease. And then it's my choice. You don't have to do this, but I like to make it into kind of like a little tab. So I'm cutting from the top to where the crease is, the first fold line. Very good job on that one. Then I'm going to fold this, putting some adhesive on this little tab. Folding that over and letting it seal. Then I take and just go over it again, over all the folds, just so I've got a really nice base folded. And that's what makes your tower. Then you're going to be taking that tower and you're going to be taking and making some wings. So I cut 4 more pieces, and these are cut at 4 1/4 by 2 3/4. And you'll need 4 of them. So I started this video a little while ago and was preparing for it, and then not looking at the time, realizing that my son was about to walk in the room and prepare for work. So I stopped the video. But I had already done with a different base the first 2. So what you do on that fold line, or on that rectangle, I'm going to put glue there. And I'm going to bring in one of those pieces and butt it up right to the edge, but not over that crease. And making sure that it's even, straight, so it's not lopsided. And then as that sets, then you're just flipping it over and doing the next rectangle. Same thing, bringing it up to that line. Making sure that it's even. So that this is straight across. You do that for all four, and that's what you're going to get, a nice standing tower. So once your base is created, then what I did is I took 4 of the different colors of Seasons of Elegance papers. I put them together. And I cut it at 4 by 4. And after I got my 4 by 4 sheets, I looked and I kind of arranged them so that I'd have more gold on the left side for the card I'm doing. Put them back together. So they were lined up nicely, which should happen since you cut them together. And then I cut that at 1 1/2. This one must be turned around. There we go. I think I want it this direction. They should line up nicely, and I was seeing that they weren't, so I knew I had a paper that wasn't quite right. Okay, so then I'm going to cut this at 1 1/2. There's other ways to do this, but I've just found that I like this method. And then I have both sides. So then I'm going to take my tower and I'm going to adhere the bigger piece. Oh, yeah, here. Smaller piece on the other side. Lining that up. And then just another piece. This is very pretty. It'll make the card look very elegant. And it's not that bad of a project to do. It's pretty easy. I don't know if I said it, but when I made these this time, I was smart enough to order in the adhesive back for the back of the cardstock. And I'm running out of glue. Which made making those Christmas trees a whole lot easier. Just trying to make sure that they're even with the card on the other side. because it will be seen when it's down. The nice thing about this is that it does mail flat unless you put a lot of dimensional stuff in it, which I did do, but I'm going to hand give mine. So I'm not at all worried about that. Even with these on it, it does not add that much dimension unless you pop them up. For the ones that I'm mailing, I probably will not pop them up. I will just have them like that. Okay, so I took those dies and I took our gold paper. I took Pretty Peacock because there is a paper in here that's Pretty Peacock. And I originally thought, well, I would put that on the paper that it was with. And then I decided, no, I kind of like the thought of mixing them up, mixing the colors up. And I thought that turned out pretty nicely just to do that. Like I said, this one is the one that's going to go there. I may add some of the ornaments that come with it to this. I haven't completely finished putting the bling I intend to do on it, but that's how you make the tower card. It's very, very easy. It's this paper makes it pop and look very elegant, as well as these dies do. And so a hint I had learned is that when you go to do your card, you're like my gold accent. On all of these I used, whatever you're going to accent with, make sure you put the adhesive sheets on them, because I glued the first ones I did and it was very difficult to get glue without a mess on all of this little tiny stuff. This adhesive sheet just made it wonderful and very easy and very quick to do. So I'm very, very happy with the way that turned out. So the other card I'll be giving out this year will be, set these to the side. I'm going to use another one of our gorgeous papers. It's called Season of Green and Gold. So I highlighted this particular one and that, and I use the Shepherd's set. I think I've shown you this on another one, possibly another video, but this is my other card. This one is nice and flat, so mailing it is going to be very, very easy. And I try and keep that in mind because when you mail a lot of Christmas cards, it gets expensive. So I had a template that I saw from the Clomper Stampers and did these a number of years ago. And so I have a file of them. And as I do new cards, I do one and I just write on them the measurements so that I don't have to look through a notebook or anything. I've got them right here. And visually, I'm a visual learner, so that works really well for me. So this one is cut at 4 1/4 by 11, and then I scored it at